Congratulations, it's officially happened. Mark Zuckerberg just announced that Instagram will soon be adding NFT support, which is really just a great sign of mass market adoption of NFTs. And Mark even went further by saying that he hopes in the coming months that you'll be able to mint NFTs directly on Instagram. I'm Devin Cook. Let's talk about this major new announcement and welcome back to Dev Money. Now, I'll warn you right up front that I don't have a ton of details about this announcement because there really aren't a ton of details out there. But regardless of that, here's what we know. Zuckerberg was at the South by Southwest conference in Austin, Texas recently and reportedly said that we're working on bringing NFTs to Instagram in the near term. Well, there you go, straight from the horse's mouth. NFTs are coming to Instagram. And another reporter also tweeted about that same conference saying that Zuckerberg said, hopefully in the coming months you'll be able to mint NFTs within Instagram. Now that's the bulk of the information that we got from Zuckerberg, and there's been a lot of people who have been suspecting that we would see NFTs on either Facebook or Instagram or both sometime in 2022, but it wasn't directly confirmed until now. There's been a lot of reports since the start of the year that Meta, i.e. Facebook, has been actively exploring implementing NFTs onto their various platforms. But now after these statements that Zuckerberg just made, we know for sure that this is in the works. So let's dissect this a bit more and talk about what I think is going to happen with NFTs in Instagram and the reality of how they're going to be implemented onto that platform. But keep in mind, these are just my thoughts, just my predictions, so take them with a grain of salt. I could very well be wrong. So the first statement from Zuckerberg was that they'll be bringing NFTs onto Instagram in the near future. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I take this to mean that we're going to have NFTs integrated onto Instagram, much the same as Twitter has already done with NFTs on their platform. I can see a very likely situation where you can log on to Instagram and then you can connect whatever crypto wallet you're using, whether that's MetaMask, Phantom, or some other wallet, depending on how many they support. And then you can give Instagram read permissions for your crypto wallet so they can see your NFTs and then verify the one that you're using as your profile photo. And Twitter already does this by displaying your profile photo in the shape of a hexagon versus a circle to show that you verified it. But this does also have some drawbacks, such as the fact that it doesn't distinguish between verified and non-verified collections, and also it's only open to Twitter Blue users, which is a paid service. Hopefully Instagram adds NFT profile photo verification that number one isn't paid, and number two distinguishes between verified and non-verified collections. That way someone can't just go on OpenSea, create a copycat NFT collection, and then use that as their verified profile photo. Now the second thing I can see happening is Instagram adding a new column on your profile so you can display your NFTs. Just like you can look at someone's Instagram profile and see their posts, their reels, their IGTVs, and the content that they're tagged in, I think it's really possible that Instagram is going to add another column so you can see all of that person's NFTs. And the reason I think this is very likely is because there was another report from that same conference that said that Zuckerberg said that users would be able to bring their existing NFTs over to Instagram. Now, in my opinion, this would be massive for the entire NFT community because one of the things I think we're really lacking is the ability to show off the NFTs that you have. And probably some people will only want to show some of their NFTs on Instagram and not their entire collection, so I'm sure Instagram is going to add some sort of support for that as well. But a lot of people really like the idea of showcasing their NFTs. People in general like to show off what they have. That's why you get on Instagram and you see watches and cars and yachts and jets. People want to show off. People want to flex. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't think it really matters. It just happens. And I think the ability to show off your NFTs is going to really be helpful for NFTs going mainstream and reaching a lot more people. Now let's talk about that second statement Zuckerberg made, where he said that hopefully in the coming months you'll be able to mint NFTs directly on Instagram. Now I'm not as concrete on my thoughts about what the second statement means as I was on the first one, just getting that out there, because it sounds like he's wanting people to mint directly on Instagram, which is a really interesting concept. Let me explain. Usually people mint NFTs directly through the project's website, which has Web3 support, so they can connect their crypto wallet to it. Then you just mint your NFTs, they get sent to your wallet, and you're good to go. But if what Zuckerberg is saying is correct, we could reach a point where we're doing that same thing, but on Instagram, which is very interesting to me because Instagram is very much a mobile first platform. You can use Instagram on your computer, but it's obviously geared towards your smartphone. So I wonder if we could get the ability to mint NFTs on Instagram right on our smartphone, or if we have to get onto our computer and go to the Instagram website to mint those NFTs. And keep in mind that minting NFTs on a smartphone is not impossible, not at all. Vivi is doing it and they're extremely successful, but they do have gems instead of cryptocurrency to get around the iOS and Google Play Store restrictions about in-app purchases that involve cryptocurrency. But Zuckerberg has also made a few more statements that gives us a few clues about maybe where they're going. While in an interview talking about the future metaverse of the company, he said that, "I hope you would know that the clothing your avatar wears in the metaverse can be minted as an NFT and then taken with you in different places." He also said that there's a lot of techie things that they need to work out in order for this to work pretty seamlessly, but it sounds like they're working on it, which is good news. And Zuckerberg has also said that the majority of the clothing that he wears, he buys right on Instagram or on Facebook. So with Zuckerberg talking about the avatar clothing in the metaverse and the fact that he buys all of his clothing on Facebook and Instagram, it sounds to me like he's working on a way for us to mint NFT items for those avatars directly on Instagram. Rather than minting the next doodles or invisible friends, on Instagram I think it's much more likely that we'll be minting items for our avatars, whether it's clothes or shoes or something else like that, rather than full-fledged projects. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I'm happy to discuss it with you in the comments, and if you don't mind, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. So what does all of this mean? Well, people have pretty strong feelings about Facebook and Zuckerberg, and a lot of people don't want them anywhere near their JPEGs. My opinion is that having a company as large as Facebook is going to be really helpful for the NFT community to gain traction with the wider audiences. And I know on this channel I sometimes use a lot of Apple and iPhone analogies, but here's another one, so bear with me. Before the iPhone came out, touch-capable phones were pretty much garbage. But then in 2007, when Apple released the iPhone, everything changed. And I kind of look at Facebook getting into NFTs that same way. Right now, the NFT market is still extremely new. And I think that sometimes people like you and I forget that because it's easy to get sucked into the NFT discords and NFT Twitters, and it seems like everybody knows about NFTs and everybody loves them. When in reality, we've just cultivated an environment around ourselves where it looks like everybody loves NFTs and everybody has NFTs, but really that's just a small portion of the entire population. And there was an article posted this last December talking about the recent growth of NFTs, and that even despite that growth, 90% of adults in Japan, 83% in Germany, 79% in the UK, 71% in the US and Australia aren't even sure about what an NFT is. So with about 70% of adults not knowing what NFTs are, that means that only 30% of them do, but not all of those 30% are going to be buying them. Out of the 2,000 people surveyed, only 2.8% already owned NFTs and only 3.9% were planning on buying NFTs. So again, even though it can seem like everybody around you knows about NFTs and has an NFT collection, in reality, most people don't, and far fewer even have them. But now you can add Instagram onto the list of major players getting involved with NFTs in 2022. And we're still waiting on the Coinbase NFT marketplace launch, and hopefully sometime soon we at least get an announcement of some sort. That'd be great. Robinhood is still working on their crypto wallet, and they could be expanding with NFTs. The NFL and UFC have already started an NFT marketplace, and Reddit is also talking about getting started with NFTs. And even though sometimes it can seem like the sky is falling with everything going on in the world, with the roller coaster of the stock market that we've had lately, and with rising interest rates, NFTs have actually done remarkably well. According to the Nansen 500 ETH index, growth for the top 500 Ethereum NFTs are actually up 68.5% year to date, even after factoring in the 28.8% decline over the last 30 days. Overall, in my opinion, 2022 is going to be a massive year for NFTs and even bigger than 2021 was. So let me know your thoughts, and as always, thanks for watching.